What's up, you guys? My name is Ultramagnet and I am back for quite a while at least. So I did get a few upgrades for this car already, that being coilovers, wheels, just kind of exterior components. But overall though, this car is actually running now. I can actually thrash it all the way. I did get a few other components to kind of help the car, such as the cold air intake and the oil cooler. I'll show you guys those in a moment right now. Overall though, this car is coming in nicely. There is a few little tweaks that I am doing to it, like just small little things, nothing too much crazy. Other than that though, I'm just been busy with work as well, and just trying to keep up with this as well. Infuriating because I just have to deal with this and work, and then so on and so on. But overall though, I am still back, and I am trying to fix this car as much as I can. Trying to get it nice and done just for you guys to see. First few things I did was the coilovers, and in this clip right here, it is me with my friend installing these coilovers, and it did take quite a while, especially just to get it right, to have it roll just nice and smoothly. Compared to how it was before, it did ride a lot more better, but the difference is because these are coilovers, they ride more aggressive. They're just like overall just kind of just a heavy beat onto the car. Now the first few errors that I did was I didn't really adjust it so that it cleared the wheels. So luckily I had the old wheels on, which did eventually kind of cut into the tire. Luckily nothing exploded. It just kind of just took off the rubber from the sidewall. Another thing as well that I did was that the back rims, the offset was incorrect, but that was because of me, nothing with anyone. And because of that, in this clip right here, I ended up not really, I kind of just balded the inside of the rim. So if you guys see in the clip right there, the entire inner wall of the rim is completely shaved off. If you run your finger across it, it's super smooth. So that's how badly I did it. That's why in this other clip right here, I had to run wheel spacers because obviously I couldn't drive the car. I had to use my stock rims to be able to drive it. And with these wheel spacers and the fender liner, so as a result, I'm just gonna have to stick with what I got. And plus, overall, after time, it's just growing on me, especially how it looks. Makes it have like a little dragster feel to it. I'm not also saying the fact that it does feel like it as well, like off the line as well. The other thing I did too was the cold air intake. With that one, I only got the engine one because the engine, there's two different kinds. You have the one that's inside the engine bay, and then the other one goes all the way down to the wheel well liner right by the bumper. Now the difference is because the one that's more extended more down, it's supposed to increase more horsepower, but obviously that's not really what I was looking for. I was just kind of looking for something like just quick with the acceleration and just getting it out there. So with this one, I got the engine one. I also just didn't like the look of the other intake. It ran all the way to the floor, and I know we do live in California, but the thing is if I were to feel like to drive in a puddle of water, this thing would just kind of just hydro lock the engine. So obviously I don't want to do that either. Another thing as well that I did was I also did the engine leash. Obviously if you're a Genesis Coupe owner, you kind of know why. Unless you have the 2-liter, then that's not really a concern for you guys. But yeah, as 3.8s, we did have to run the engine leash. At least I did. It kind of helped a little bit. It kind of, without it, it kind of strains the transmission and the engine from knowing what's what, because of so much shake in the motor mounts. It is not the motor mount issue, because that's how they came from the factory. The other thing I did as well was add a Mishimoto cooler, as you see in this clip right here. Now with this one, I did run into a few issues. Those I'll cover in a little bit. But with overall the oil cooler, it did cool off the oil a lot. Really convenient for me. Right now I'm running the K&N oil filter. I do feel an increase. It kind of flows more better, especially when you're stepping on the gas. It kind of instant. So that was kind of necessary. The car runs more smoothly compared to how it was before. Another issue that I ran into with the older one was back then, I'll try to getting a clip of it, but if not, the sound it felt at idle is when you would hear it the most, and that was just uncomfortable. Every time I would park my car on the side and I would just want to sit in it with the AC on, just having to hear that for a while, just eventually just kind of starts getting to you. It's just like, why is this car doing this? So the oil cooler was a must, because as soon as that was installed, I ran a Castrol Edge full synthetic, and it just kind of, you know, just that's all it needed for the car. It just didn't like make any more noise. It was just fine, and overall it was just a good car right after that. So that was a good thing about this. And now, like, I don't have the cam issues. Right now it's running. I don't know if many of you guys can tell, but it is running. There is no sound to it. It's just a quiet, fine rumbling that it's giving. Coilovers as well, those were a great increase in this car. I love this so much. It made the car hook up really nicely. I did make the front more softer than the back, obviously for more comfort, and I feel like the back should need more traction, especially with the bigger tires. So I did raise it and made it stiffer, just to make it have like a harder launch to it than usual. Other than that though, this car is completely just original. I mean, obviously, as in the other videos as well that I made, this thing does have just the oil filter cooler, and the pistons alone should just make it really good. The intake, I did have to replace that. The old one was cracking also, so obviously I didn't want to have any issues with it. I just had to go with an upgraded one. This has silicone hoses now, so even better. Interior is as stock as it can get. I even replaced the shifter for an original one. I didn't want to go anything too nicer or too dramatic. I just wanted to keep it simple. All I wanted was this car to be simple. Not to mention as well that this thing has factory navigation in it. So obviously this car is, you know, it's really hard to come across cars with these kind of navigation systems right here. Has Bluetooth audio, and the mileage on it too as well is really extremely low. Now this car is a 2012. I know there's probably some out there that maybe have the same miles, but the difference is that those were probably salvaged, while this one, it has a clean title, low miles, and overall, just instead of sticking with OEM, these things have parts that will probably make it last longer. And every day I just love this car more and more. But yeah, overall, I hope you guys enjoyed. I'll go more in depth as to how I did these kind of installs, what happened with these things, the errors that I did. I'll even show you guys closely as to what kind of things I did wrong. And just overall, you know, this car runs solid and is overall just really good. So I hope you guys enjoy.